Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. Hey. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get jank. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Hi guys, I'm back as I promised, and I am here to do just what I promised you I would do, and that is to talk about being an entrepreneur, being a boutique owner, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, I've never done like a sit down. The closest thing I've done to this was kind of like chatting about wardrobe shoe staples and like what kind of shoes were needed or to have a well-rounded wardrobe. But I am coming to you today with a little bit of a different topic, and it's just basically gonna be a kind of rant about what I feel about being a business owner. I've been in business 5 years now. Sorry and forgive me. Yes, I had to count that out. Because I can't front. Sometimes I kind of like loop together how long I've been in LA and how long I've been in business. And reality is that I've been in LA as of 8 years in August, but I've only been in business 5 of the 8. But I'm not gonna lie, it's been like, it was almost like taking on a whole, like I was already in a whirlwind of my own prior to taking on the business. So it's like I just took something else on to make my tornado even bigger. If that makes any sense. With each year and each step of growth, there comes challenges. You know, sometimes things get rough and then you have high points, and then things get rough again and then you have high points, and there's a lot of highs and lows in business. But that being said, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad, you know, and I can't necessarily say bad, but more so like the ugly. Like, I'm calling this the good, the bad, and the ugly, but it's really just the good and the ugly, you know. I'm not going to say there's anything bad about being in business, but it can get pretty ugly, kind of messy from time to time. So I'm going to take some time and do my makeup and do my hair. I think I'm going to try to shoot some content after this, so why not just sit down with you and chat. Originally I was supposed to have been trying to shoot some new merchandise, but the ugly came up yesterday, and so I wasn't able to purchase the piece that I thought I was going to be able to buy to shoot to sell this week. It's fine, it comes along with the business, so now I just have to kind of like reset myself and go another avenue. But I'm not going to waste a full face of makeup. I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'm going to get behind this camera and create some content for my business. Okay? All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. I thank you for joining me on today. I thank you for just simply clicking to see what this girl is about. If you haven't checked out my older videos, or if you are curious about who am I or what I have going on, feel free to go check out some of my older videos, and I do kind of like give you the whole rundown of who I am, what I've come from, where I'm at, and what I'm doing. Okay? All right, you guys, so I did take a few little notes down just so that I don't like be all over the place, because I feel like this is a topic that I literally can probably rant about forever. So, and with that being said, like hopping all over the place, I probably could hop all over the place with this topic. So I did take a minute and I jotted down some just things that I wanted to touch on. So it might still be a little all over the place, but at least I should be able to touch on all the things that I wanted to chat with you about. And I'm going to try my hardest to look in the camera, because I have a habit of looking in the viewfinder, but I'm going to try my hardest to look in the camera and do this. So here we go. I'm going to start off. What you might notice, let me start off by saying this in case I got some makeup girlies in here. I ain't no makeup girly. You know, I do what I do, and I do it good enough to conduct business. You know what I'm saying? Like, my makeup is good enough for photo shoots. It's like I'm not blotchy looking. Like, so far I've been able to do what I can do. Now, some of my friends feel like I'm really good at it. I don't know. I feel like I'm okay at it. I do enjoy watching other girls and getting different tips and tricks as to how to accomplish different looks. But I'm pretty basic. When I do my makeup, I usually just do like a good base. I don't usually even do shadow. I usually do a good base. I do foundation. I cover up my dark spots. As you can see, I do have some dark spots on my face. These are not from like bad skin. It's basically from I'm a picker. So at points when I have a lot of stress going on in my life, if I get like a dry patch or something on my face, I tend to kind of pick. Bad, I know. I'm really getting better at it. I'm trying to at least, but I am going through a lot right now, and my skin is reacting, I believe, to everything that I'm going through. I have like a little bit of an outbreak. I don't even know if it's a rash or outbreak. That's to show you how much skin problems I've had. I can't tell the difference between a rash or an outbreak. I really can't. I don't know if these are pimples. I don't know if these are rash. I don't know what it's coming from. I don't know if it's from stress. I don't know if it's from something I'm eating. I don't know what it is, but I have like bumps that just kind of like appeared over the last week. Because what's today? Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday they popped up out of nowhere. I thought it was like my cycle, you know. I thought, oh, maybe I'm just having like a lot of, maybe it's just my hormones or whatever. But I really don't know what it is, guys. I still haven't came on my cycle yet, so I'm not sure if it's connected. I don't really know, but I have them down here too on my chin. So I'm going through a lot. I have a lot of stressful things on my plate right now. So restraining myself from picking my face has been extremely challenging. But I've been trying to do my best about it because I don't want any more really bad scarring. I tried to get rid of this as is. So the last thing I need to do is make more damage, right? So I've been just trying to refocus my attention to other things. So if you notice that I have some bumps, yeah, that's recent. I don't know what it's from. I don't know what they're from. I have no idea. Do they itch? They don't itch. I don't know what it's from. I was trying to even think about what I've been eating differently. The only thing I could say that I've been doing a lot of is the salmon. If you looked at my previous video, I've been doing like marinated bourbon salmon and a quick steam. I steam it in a silicone bag in the microwave, and it's just been like an easy method of something to eat that's like light and fat and things of that nature. Maybe I should lay off of that to see if it's the marinade. Possibly. Maybe it's something in the marinade breaking me out. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this face. You might notice when I do my makeup, I use a various of things, like a lot of highs and lows, like, and it's not even like highs intentionally. The only thing that I've intentionally purchased that was pretty pricey was this Lancome, and it's broken. That sucks. I'm glad that the makeup that started to seep out of it kind of dried up, making it stop the leakage. So nothing else is coming out, but it dropped and it broke. But this is the only thing that I've purchased with no, I lied. I've never been like I've always been like a drugstore type makeup girl. I never really invested money on products before until like the last year or so. But I have, within the last year or so, I bought the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear foundation. And I bought Becca Ultimate Coverage. Becca's out of business now, so unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this, because this is the one that I preferably like to shoot in. I got this as a more natural foundation. It's really light and it mimics skin very well. So I don't really, like, I might mix them together for today. but I usually shoot primarily with this one. And I know you're probably like, girl, they are two different colors. And they are two different colors, but oddly they both blend with my skin very well. If you go look at my photos, go to my Instagram, you can see what my makeup looks like. It doesn't look crazy. Under this lighting, you would think that this one matches me the best. But to be quite honest, if I'm just trying to go with a natural day look, this is actually what I wear. And let me show you. It's not as white as what it might look on camera. You see that? I have a mixture of skin. So my skin is like two tones, really, to be quite honest. So the girl who matched me up for that color was just literally just trying to match me up on my skin color. And so I actually do, I will conceal when I wear it. Like, I'll conceal my dark spots, but I actually do wear that during the week. If it's just like for a regular day, I'll wear it because it's light and it really mimics my skin well. Look, these marks are those bumps too. Guys, I have no idea what it is. No idea. Can't believe I'm even doing this video right now looking like this. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just taking that makeup off so that I can start with a fresh face. And I'm just using the water, the rose hip water, and that's gone. Okay. So here we go. First things first is we're gonna prime. And this is when I bought the Lancome foundation, I bought the primer. So I'll be using the Lancome LA Base Pro as my primer. All right, so let's start off with the good of being a business, online business. Let's start off with the good of being an online boutique owner. When I was writing my list down, I was like, "Ooh, girl, you kind of struggling with the good." Oh God. Let's see. So one of the first things that I have wrote down is self-development. I feel like, use a little bit more. I feel like one of the good things about being a boutique owner, online boutique owner, is it allows you the chance to kind of like really work on yourself and work on your practices. It takes a lot of self-discipline to actually be successful at this thing. And time management is really important as well. So I feel like development is like a perk, or is a good thing that comes out of being an online boutique owner. Let's see if I can give you a reason why. I just feel like you have to manage your time well, especially when you're like starting off. You're doing everything by yourself. You're literally like doing all of the shopping, you're doing all of the styling. Like, I don't know, some people, you know, have other people wear their stuff, but me personally, I actually wear my pieces myself. So I have to get the pieces, come up with the concept, and then like make sure that they look right on me and style it out. After I style it out, then I have to prepare how I'm going to actually market it. Meaning, what's going to be the environment? Like, am I going to shoot it just really quick at home, or is this piece something that I want to sell a moment for? Like, I want to actually like create an environment or a moment for this garment. You know, I feel like some pieces require a little bit more attention than others, especially if you just want to do really well in selling it. So sometimes like renting a little space, or, you know, if it's a lounge piece, actually renting a little lounge area so that you can kind of, you know, sell that experience, sell that moment a little bit more. I have to decide that usually after I purchase them. And what I'm doing really quick is I'm just going in here with some corrector to kind of like address my darker spots on my face. So here we go. So yeah, I feel like, you know, it's a lot. You have to kind of like like I said, you have to juggle a lot of tasks. So juggling a lot of tasks can create self-development. It can cause you to look at things a little more differently and be more strategic in times that you probably wouldn't have been strategic. So what I used for that corrector was just the Pro Conceal, and I don't know what color this is. You know, you guys know which one it is. I think it only comes in like 2 shades, but that's the orange color. And I'm gonna take this Marc Jacob Extra Shot concealer, and I'm gonna also add that in here just to kind of like lessen up the harshness of the orange. So yeah, I feel like it challenges you to make the best decisions possible, you know, when you have an online boutique, or, you know, I feel like for any business for that much, you know. Let's let this sit a little bit. You know, sometimes when you touch concealer too fast, it just goes away. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit more of this on there and let it sit. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get to my brow. Today for my brow, I'm just gonna do a simple brow. I'm gonna use this Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I don't know what color it's in. Oh, it's in Espresso. And it has the whole brush at the end, spoolie. And I like it because it's really fine. So you can do like a really flawless, clean brow. One of the other things that is a good thing about owning your own online business is the freedom of creativity. Like, you really don't, because it's your vision, your brand, you don't really have to answer to anyone, and you can kind of like build it out to be exactly what you want it to be. You can kind of like target the type of style, ladies, with the type of style that you want, the style that you enjoy having. It doesn't necessarily have to be what everyone expects. It could just be more so what it is that you enjoy and how you enjoy looking. So that's a good thing about being an online boutique owner, is just having the freedom to kind of like express yourself as you choose, without the opinions of others. Now, you do have to keep in mind, like, whether something is lucrative, if it's going to do well, you want to keep in mind your market and your audience. So sometimes there's things that I would purchase for myself that I wouldn't purchase for the site. And it's because of just having a very particular type lady, particular type client, right? So I try to make sure that I stay into that, I try to stay within that area of sorry, I can't talk. I try to keep that in mind when I shop, because me personally, I have a lot of versatile ways about myself. Like, I can shop for the contemporary woman, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy being a little bit more on the edgier side of things. So sometimes I have to look at pieces and really be realistic about the market that I typically reach out to, and decide whether that's something that they're gonna enjoy, or actually if it's gonna be successful of a purchase. You know, some things just aren't gonna be for your ladies, and when you have a versatile style, you have to keep that in mind when you shop sometimes. But the freedom of being able to do that is absolutely great. I enjoy being able to kind of like go out there and find pieces and kind of like decide how I want to shoot it and where I want to shoot it and what kind of vibe and feel I want to be able to market it with. That is enjoyable. That's a good thing. At least for me it is, you know. I'm sorry. I usually just use my fingers to blend in my corrector. Again, y'all, I ain't no professional. I'm just letting you get ready with me. Let's keep that in mind. Get ready with me. It ain't called professional makeup session. Okay? It ain't called kid knows best. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, it's called Get Ready With Me. So that means that you just sitting in my bathroom on the toilet while I'm doing my makeup. No more, no less. So I ain't gonna sit here and act like I do a lot more that I really don't do. I'm showing you what I really do and how I do it. Okay, I'm just thought it would I thought it would be cute to chit chat while doing it at the same time. All right, so I got my corrector on. I'm gonna apply just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm super anal about my dark spots. So sometimes I put like several layers of corrector on it. Another thing is I'm sure you noticed, but I have extremely dark bags under my eyes. That's not for any other reason except for just it being in my bloodline. Like, my family has really dark under eyes. Like my aunt, if you see my aunt's eyes, you'd be like, oh, that's where you get it from. On my dad's side, not my mom's side, on my dad's side. My mom actually has dark bags too, now that I think about it. So I conceal, I have to conceal even when I don't want to wear makeup. I feel like I look crazy, so I have to try to conceal. And that's where this comes in play. I usually put like a little bit of corrector on, and then I'll use this as my day look. So one day maybe I'll do that for you and just show you what my day look looks like. But right now we doing a shoot look. Okay, so yeah, I just lightly filled in my brows. Nothing crazy, nothing too intense. I like to just brush them up. I have decent brows to start off with, so all right. Another good thing that I feel like comes out of owning my own online business is the ability to really touch so many women, to help motivate and encourage them to embrace themselves and what they look like. That is definitely, I want to say, one of my number one perks in doing this thing. You know, some people might think, oh, you just like to prance around and be cute. But in reality, one of the things I enjoy most out of everything is being able to be an impact to other women, to encourage other women, to show other women and display self-confidence to other women, to let them know that they can too be confident in themselves. It's okay to embrace how you are. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to look like this, that, and the third to feel sexy or to feel cute. You know, it's funny because my uncle said to me the other day, he follows me on Instagram, and he was just like, you sell clothing to women, right? And I was like, yeah. And he was just like, so why you gotta do all of that twisting and all that poking your butt out? And like, he asked me literally like, why I gotta do this and do that, because I guess he's my uncle, so him following me and him seeing me do my little reels and be super sexy, it could be a little like, ooh, cringy, I guess, for him. But what he has to understand is that it's not to be in a sexual manner, it's to exude confidence. And reality is what a lot of us women lack confidence. And when I say confidence, there's a lot of women that are confident in just how they look, but there's not a lot of women who are confident with their sexuality and being sexy and exuding sexiness. I feel like there's a way that you can do it and do it classy, and I feel like I do that and I do it well. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like I know how to exude sexiness without coming across as being trashy. And my uncle, being my uncle, all he sees is the sexy, right? And he's just like freaked out about it. But I feel like it's important to exude that, so that ladies can not only be confident with how they look, but also confident to feel sexy, confident to exude sexiness. Like, it's not a bad thing, and it don't have to be trashy. You know what I mean? But I enjoy being able to be a example of what that looks like. I enjoy being able to show women that yeah, just because your arms look like this, that don't mean you need to always cover them up. Why you gotta cover them up? What's wrong with showing big arms? You know what I'm saying? Like, Why you gotta be self-conscious about your arms? For what? Like, they're yours. God blessed you with them. There's some people walking around with nubs that wish they had arms. You know what I'm saying? So I take it upon myself to kind of like, you can't tell that I used to be bothered by my arms. That's what I'll say. You can't tell that there was a day that I didn't want to wear short sleeve shirts, or I didn't want to wear tank tops because I didn't want my arms to show. I ain't doing this with y'all. I'm trying to do my makeup. I'm so darn emotional right now. Okay, you can't tell with how I exude myself in my videos and how I exude myself in my content that there was a day, you know what I'm saying, when those things didn't matter. There was a day when I cared about my cellulite. There was a day where I really was like, you know, I was self-conscious about a lot of different things. I can't lie that those were my earlier years, but there was a day, you know what I mean? There was a day that I didn't think that it was acceptable or that it was cute, you know? And what I've realized is that whatever is acceptable and cute is based on whatever we want it to be. And that's period. If I want it to be cute and I think it's okay, then guess what? That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get cute and okay because that's what I feel like it is. Now, if you don't feel like it's cute and okay, then that's your business. Just because you don't find big arms or big legs attractive doesn't mean that I shouldn't show mines. I shouldn't be okay with mines. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with mines because that's what God blessed me with. And I've realized that it's up to me to be bothered. It's up to me to be self-conscious. Like, I can let people's opinions impact it, but it's up to me on whether I really like live in it and I dwell in it. You know what I mean? So I say you know what I mean a lot. I'm realizing that as I'm doing this video, but whatever. Probably gonna realize I do a lot of other things. I know I say a lot, but you know what I mean is definitely my thing. So yeah, like, I decided that I was gonna be okay with Kia, and ever since then, that's what you get. You get versions of me that are okay with me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I look at my videos and I'm like, oh my God, I got so many stretch marks on my arms. Oh my God, like, what? But at the end of the day, it's my arms. And girl, I am 37. I will be 38 next month. I ain't got time to be self-conscious about my arms now. Like, girl, they is what they is. You know what I'm saying? I've even lost 50 pounds. And my arms are still big and flabby. And I used to work out daily. I don't work out daily anymore. I still trying to get back on my whole routine of working out daily. But I work out several days during the week. But, like, you know, what I realize is that, you know, it's okay to continue to work on it if I want to better them, but I can't be self-conscious about it. I can't not enjoy who I am and what I like to look like and wear because I have thicker arms. I ain't doing it. And I ain't speaking for nobody else but myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here because I'm being led to kind of share some of the things that I feel and believe. And one of them is, like, body confidence is very important. I'm sorry, I keep pulling with these brows. Body confidence is important to me. And so I will always tap into that because I know that that's definitely one of the things that I enjoy most about being an online boutique owner. And not only being an online boutique owner, but being the face of the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being the face of the business helps me be able to really make that a thing where it's just like, girl, love yourself. Girl, be kind to yourself. Girl, embrace yourself. You know what I mean? All right, this is all you're going to get for these brows. I'm sorry. That's all y'all going to get. So a lot of people has asked me about my brow routine in the past. So I just gave you a quick version of it. I have more than one version of what I do for my brows. This is like my quick version, the Ulta Beauty ultra thin slim brow pencil, and I use sorry I didn't tell you, but I use the Marc Jacob espresso shot in the color tan over my brow, so it's like the browner version. I use that also with the corrector. When I dabbed concealer with the corrector, this is what I dabbed, my darker version of the Marc Jacob extra shot in the color tan 370. Then I took the Marc Jacob extra shot in tan 310, and that's the lighter version for me, and that's what I use to go underneath my brow. But you about to notice and witness is I use my fingers a lot, which requires me, like, I have a lot of makeup on my walls in my house too. I always have to go behind common areas like light switches, doorknobs, and stuff like that and clean them because I use fingers. I feel like fingers are the best blender there is. I'm sorry. I'm sure these makeup gurus got your own things that you use, but I like to blend with my fingers. So you're gonna notice I don't have a whole bunch of brushes for this, that, and the third. Nope, I don't. Okay, next good thing of being a boutique owner is it allows you the opportunity to mix, mingle, and meet a lot of different women around the world that you may not have had the opportunity to do so with had you not had the business. Like, I literally have come in contact. I have like 11.7 thousand followers on my business page. Still working. It's kind of like been at a halt. Around the holidays, it shot up. But then since around, I want to say like February and March, it's been pretty at us. I don't like the word stagnated, but been at a stagnant place. It's not growing. I don't know if I'm shadow banned. I don't know if I was hitting Explorer a lot at one point and I'm not. But even 11.7 for me is great amount of followers. I personally have never been in the business of trying to have a whole bunch of followers. It's been more so about getting shoppers for me. Like, I don't want a whole bunch of people that following that ain't shopping. You know what I'm saying? I prefer have shoppers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little annoyed sometimes when men follow my business page, because if you're not on there buying something for your wife or for your niece or for your aunt or for your grandma or for your mom, then I just feel like, oh, like, what you doing? This ain't for that. This ain't for that. I have a whole lot of men who follow me on my personal page, and I just embraced it and just let that go, right? Like, it is what it is. A lot of men are following. I guess it's just something that they like. Although I'm really just here to sell clothing, but it really irks my balls when they follow my business page. I mean, follow away, but share with your family, share with your aunts, share with your girlfriends, share the content so that I can continue to have a successful business. You know what I mean? Don't just be following just to be drooling and looking. But yeah, I have 11.7 thousand followers, and I'm proud about that because they're real followers, and in most cases, a lot of them are actual shoppers. I did not go the route of trying to like get a whole bunch of followers by a whole bunch of different methods, because for me, I just wanted like authentically genuine people who were interested in making purchases. So I had like a little bit of a method of how I went about building my social. For a while, I stayed within like the low thousands, like maybe 1,000, 2,000 people, but I was okay with that because I knew they were really shopping. You know what I'm saying? So even being at 11.7, I feel like it's still like, it's not a crazy amount, and I still feel like my shoppers are still high up in number amongst that number of people. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and apply some foundation. I'm gonna apply my Becca. So with that being said, having 11.7 thousand followers has been amazing, because I have literally come in contact with so many people, and I have advised and helped so many ladies with making purchases. Like, I There's some ladies that shop with me that have been shopping with me for so long that I swear I know them. Like, you can't tell me that I don't know them. Some of them, like, I had them send me their measurements back when they first started shopping with me. And some of them literally don't make purchases unless they inquire first. Or they'll make purchases and they'll be like, hey sis, just made a purchase. Let me know if I need to swap out any sizes. Or I've had customers who shop with me and they've been shopping with me for a while now. I'm trying not to cover up my beauty mark. Judge your mama. But I didn't realize I had one. Sorry, I had to take a little intermission for that. I didn't realize I had one for about, oh my God, what? I'm 37. I didn't realize I had a beauty mark till I was like 35. 36. I realized, girl, you got a beauty mark. And you got a real one. You got one of those that the girls actually draw on. Period. Now, what's annoying is my scar. It takes away from that beauty mark. Because it's so close to it. So, when I cover it, I try to make sure that I blend my makeup in around it. Look at the bumps. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they look so bad. It's alright. I'm going to get through this video. And then it's coming off. I'm cleaning my face. I'm moisturizing it. And I'm just going to let it just be. But, yeah. So, I have customers who have shopped with me for a while. And they literally have... I've had them make purchases. And because they've been shopping with me for so long. And I know their measurements. I know their build. I'll be like, dang. Why she buy that size? Didn't she read my description? You know? And I actually will swap out the size. Or I'll reach out to her and say, hey sis, notice you purchased this. You actually should, you really don't need this size. You really need this size. And I'll like let them know ahead of time, or sometimes I just swap it out and put it on their note card. Why? Because I've already established a relationship. I know them, they know me, they trust me, and they know that I know their body type. So that's one of the good things that I do enjoy about owning my business is the relationship building that I have had with a lot of my different ladies. Like just knowing them and knowing their build and knowing what they like, and it's been one of the great parts about business. I take pride in that in my business. You know, I know a lot of people who, you know, probably don't want like that personal interaction after the transaction is done. The transaction is done. But I have a motto with my ladies, like, I'm not here to be selling you stuff that's not gonna fit you. So I prefer, if you're not sure, reach out to me and I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. I got ladies who I have told several times, skip the piece. Skip the piece, sis. Don't buy that. No shade, it's just not gonna work. And I'm not in the business of sending something to somebody that I off the back know isn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I prefer you get something that we know for sure is gonna work, or we think is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? If I can tell you honestly, based on wearing the piece and knowing your measurement and knowing your build, that ain't gonna work for you, I prefer to tell you ahead of time. Save you some money and some time. Because see, the thing is like, who wants to buy something that they think that they can wear and get it and then they can't wear it? And my policy is all my stuff is final. My sales are final. So like, you know, if you can't size up, I mean, if I have the inventory to size up or size down, I'm definitely open to doing that. But in some cases, you know, by the time you get it, it could be sold out and I cannot be able to get any more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I usually ask my ladies to like reach out to me, send me messages, send me a DM if you have a question, or an email if you have a question about fit. Because I'm in the business of people getting things that they are actually going to be able to wear. Now, there's a lot of people who don't reach out to me and they don't ask me any questions. And because I have an open door policy, I have to just assume that they're just okay with getting things that they might not be able to wear if they're not sure about it. Now, if you read my description and you can tell right off the back, like, oh, okay, I can wear this. Oh, okay, I fit within this range. Then, you know, by all means, knock yourself out. But if you're not sure, if you teeter-tottering and you just take a guess, like, you don't gotta guess this, hit me up. I enjoy chit-chatting with my customers. I enjoy helping people get the proper size. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that are like goods about the business owning thing for me, is that building relationship with the ladies. Another thing that is good is, baby, it's lucrative. There is a con to that, and I'll get in that with the bad and ugly, but it actually is really lucrative. You know what I'm saying? It's lucrative. I'll just keep it at that. It's lucrative. Maybe it might take a little time to get to that point. You know, in the beginning you might not feel like, oh, it's the, you know, you might feel like you just flipping to flip to flip to flip, not necessarily to make money. But it does get to a point of being lucrative. There's a lot of different factors that come into part, but it is a lucrative industry. Okay, so that's my goods. I'm sure that there are more goods that I did not say, but of course I'm not gonna have the time to like discuss every last thing in one video. But that's gonna wrap up my goods for my video. Now my bad and ugly, I'm gonna go ahead and loop them two together, okay? And again, I'm using my Espresso, my Marc Jacob Extra Shot and tan. So it's my lighter version. I'm using that right now for my highlight. All right, so the bad and the ugly. It's an extreme lot of pressure. Now let me tell y'all something. Y'all might be like, Kia, why you in business by the time I'm done with this video? Because I have a lot of bad and ugly things listed here. And it could be for like several reasons. It could be because I actually have a lot going on right now, so I feel overwhelmed. So of course all the like the bad and ugly things are gonna stick out a little bit more right now for me. But yeah, you like, huh? So this is my other Marc Jacob Extra Shot in the 370-10, my darker version. And I usually like to just go around my lighter highlights with a little bit of a darker concealer. I combine colors because my skin complexion is kind of blended. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure, you guys. I feel like sometimes I don't even know if it's like, if it's more pressure than it is like rewarding. Like, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of balancing different things. So yeah, I'm keeping it a $150 with you. It's a lot. All right, so I'm gonna use my Ulta Beauty foundation stick in a dark warm as my contrast. I'm gonna just use my finger. I told you I use my finger a lot. I like to just get in here. You know, some people use brushes for everything. Me personally, I like to use my fingers. I don't look for hard, perfected lines. I look for shadows. Like, I just want a little bit of a shadowing, you know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure for a lot of reasons. Like, it's a lot of pressure to keep the momentum going. That's like all on you. Like, you have to, when things hit good and things get good, then it's a lot of pressure to make sure that you are maintaining that great momentum that you have going on. I tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, when at the first of the month, it's like amazing because you look at your business site and it tells you how much money you made, and it's just like, oh great. It could either be good, you could be like, oh, I did great this month, or you could feel like I fell short this month, right? But either way, at the end of the month, it goes to zero. It starts right back off at $0. And so that means if you had a great month, there's even more pressure to have another great month or to excel that great month. It's a lot of pressure, you guys. Like, very seldom do you actually, like, when you work a regular job, you know that regardless to what's going on, you know, as long as you get there at this time and you put in this amount, you can pretty much calculate how much money you're gonna bring in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can pretty much calculate that right off the bat. You know, you're already ready. You already know what your income is looking like. When you're a business owner, my light keep changing. When you're a business owner, it's so much like you really don't know. Like, it's so much that you have to work on to kind of hope to achieve certain numbers and certain amounts of money. Like, you have to put in so much work. And so it could be a lot of pressure, a lot of self-pressure, especially if you're like new in the boutique industry and you're doing everything on your own. Then it's a lot of pressure because it all relies on you. You know what I mean? Your actions determine how well or how bad your month will be. I say that, but then again, it's just kind of like sometimes it's uncontrollable. That's another bad that I'm going to be getting to in this list. So you'll probably be able to see that they could be looped together a little bit. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure to keep the momentum going monetarily and just style wise too. You know, if you've gotten to a point where you have a decent amount of followers, they kind of look to you and expect for you to be dropping that fire. It's a lot of pressure. And then when you actually own a boutique and you purchase wholesale, a lot of your purchases are only based on what your vendors provide. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't drop that fire if you don't have vendors dropping that fire. The only way you're gonna be able to drop that fire is if you actually have a manufacturer and you can push out your own styles and your own designs. So it's a lot of pressure when you're depending on, you know, vendors to provide that fire. You know what I mean? So pressure. Another bad ugly that I feel like comes along with the business is the whole inventory thing, right? So being able to buy the proper amount of inventory that you need to your target market. For me, a lot of my ladies are my size, which are going to fall under medium large. I have a lot of ladies who desire to shop with me all the time who can't, who are more like extra larges. Sometimes the way I shop, they're able to buy with me pretty often because I try to shop for my smalls to be oversized. Meaning that if it is, then they can size down. But there's a lot of pressure in that area because the vendors pretty much sell. Oh my God, my face looks crazy. Vendors pretty much sell sorry you guys, I'm stressed out by these bumps. Vendors pretty much sell based on pre-pack items. So the way that it works is usually like 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges. Unless you find manufacturers and vendors that actually provide open packs, you are basically buying a pre-pack every single time you purchase merchandise. That can be challenging for a person such as myself because my lady is an average medium large, I'm only getting 2 mediums and 2 larges per pack. Okay, and that's when I got a vendor who has the size run up 222. I've learned how to balance that. I can work with a vendor that has 222, except for when my pieces are successful. When they hit and they hit hard and ladies really want them, like there's a high demand, it's kind of hard to cater to that high demand when you know you gotta have a certain amount of smalls in order to make the purchase. You know what I mean? So it's nice, but it can become challenging. I'm trying not to cover up my mark. So you gotta try to find balance, right? I've kind of like gotten over the fact of feeling like I need to sell out every size in order to restock, and I just started deciding that, okay, well, if I got a whole bunch of ladies that are medium larges that are interested in piece, I will, as long as I'm selling a couple of smalls per, like if it's 222 and I sell 1 out of the 6 pieces, then I'll restock again if I've sold out all of the medium and all of the large, you know. But even sometimes, even after I restock, if I have like 10 smalls but I'm still constantly getting orders for medium and larges, you have to find a middle ground where you just are willing to continue to buy. That's the only way you're gonna make the big bucks. That's the only way you're gonna make the big bucks. I tried to get around that for so long, and the reality is you can't. You're just gonna have to actually sit on some smalls. Like if you want to make or maximize how much you actually make out of a particular style. So, but it becomes even more difficult to find great styles when vendors are there. A lot of them are starting to sell 3-2-1. That's 3 smalls, 2 mediums, 1 large. 3-2-1. So you're saying that the average woman is a small. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Please make it make sense. Please make it make sense. The average woman is not a size small, and that makes it difficult for me sometimes, because sometimes I go to vendors and I see amazing pieces, but I can't even purchase the items because in order to get 1 large, in order to get 50 larges, say it's a hit, it's a great sale, it's a great piece. In order to get 50 larges, I have to buy 50 packs of merchandise. Do you know how many smalls I'm going to be sitting on? Because you made me buy 3. Now, I do partake in 3-2-1s when pieces have a lot of stretch potential. If it's 3-2-1, my size is an average medium. If I can get into a small, I will buy 3-2-1. And I will continue to buy them. I will buy them over and over and over and over again. I will repurchase them because, like, I can always just market to a medium woman a small piece. That makes it still lucrative. But I try to stay away from 3-2-1s, and vendors make it really difficult to do that because a lot of them are starting to offer 3-2-1s, which insinuates that the average woman is a size small. That's very offensive. Because you ain't got to be plus size to not be an average small. Hello? That's a whole nother video. You know, that can make it really challenging. Finding vendors that are open packs is great, but that's hard to get good quality in, because in most cases, if you're getting open packs, you're purchasing from overseas, so you're not necessarily getting your hands on it at a showroom right away. The only thing I can purchase kind of openly without having to get pre-pack sizes is my jeans. Those are the only ones that I can actually select my sizes for, and that's for one vendor so far. I don't have many vendors like that. So that's a challenge in the business that I find myself constantly trying to work around each and every day. So I'm gonna kind of like set my face a little bit, and I'm going to use this HD Flawless Setting Powder. It's made by Absolute New York. Got it from like Ross or TJ Maxx, something like that. A lot of my stuff came from Ross or TJ Maxx. My Marc Jacob concealers came from Ross or TJ Maxx. A lot of my stuff. Another bad or ugly situation is there is a lot of sucky plus size options. For me, this is a bad or ugly thing because I am a thicker woman, I do attract a thicker audience, and there's a whole market that I can't properly reach to because I don't have plus size garments. One of the things that I'm really big on is I'm not going to sell anything in a size small, medium. I'm not going to sell anything in a plus size doesn't come in a size small, medium. And I have very few vendors that actually offer the same styles for plus size and regular size. I think that's important, right? That's something that I will not let go of, because I want a plus size lady to have the option to have something that I sell to a regular size woman. And I don't understand why it's so difficult. I don't understand why vendors don't cater to that more often. Like, yes, just increase. It's more fabric for plus size, I get it, but just make the same piece, make it more comparable for a plus size woman, and charge a higher amount. Like sometimes, like I have one vendor who they really do strive to sell some of the same styles that they sell in regular and plus, and what I've noticed is that their plus is a couple bucks higher, and that's fine. I'm willing to pay that couple bucks higher because I get it, you're using more fabric, but like make that an option and make it make sense why it's not. You know what I'm saying? And I don't sell things that I like to shoot one piece one time and be able to market it to plus size women. Now, if there's something special about the piece that is going to make it more flattering on a plus size woman, I will bring that bring that detail to attention in my photos. I will take a detailed shot showing the difference. And I do have a piece that is like that. I sold a jumper where the back was out and there was like a little strip of fabric across the back on the regular size garment, a little strip of brown fabric for a brown jumper. And the plus size one had the same strip across the back, but they made it an elastic piece of an elastic band instead of being just a regular strip. It was a great alteration that was made to that piece to make it properly fit a plus size woman. You know what I mean? So it's examples, it's like things like that I wish I could find more of. And that's one of the challenges and things in business for me, because I get a lot of women who reach out to me and they're sad and they're like, can you please offer plus size? And the reason why they're saying that is because they like what I'm offering in regular size. They can see themselves in a regular size. So I'm not out here going to try to find some ugly, humdrum, not fitting well plus size merchandise just to say I offer plus size. I'm going to offer the same exact thing that I offer my ladies in plus size. I just have to pray and hope that I find a vendor that can actually accommodate that desire for me. But that is a frustration that I deal with in business. I already said that there's a lot to balance. There's a lot of titles. There's a lot of different things that you have to juggle. You know, after you shop, then you have to decide how it's going to be shot, what you're going to wear with it, what kind of shoes you're going to wear with it, where you're going to shoot it at, how are you trying to sell it. Is it something that you don't have to put a lot of attention to? Is it something that you actually have to create a moment for? Like, that you have to pay attention to. You can't shoot everything on a white wall. You have to decide and decide which pieces are pieces that need an environment to be properly sold. And so that is there's a lot of titles and a lot of hats that have to be worn. You know, after I do all of that, then I do my hair and my own makeup. Why? To save $1. Because I'm not really at a point where I feel like I can have a hair and makeup person every time I need to get my hair and makeup done and shoot. I shoot a lot. So I have to a certain extent, figure out how to do my own hair and makeup myself so that I can like have great shots that come out that, you know, even though it's a homemade job. I do my hair, I do my makeup, I do my nails, and I do my toes. I have a whole gel kit and I do my toes and my nails for all my shoots. So I wear a lot of hats. Sometimes I don't go to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning and I have to wake up at 7 the next day so that I can get ready to shoot, because I'm up doing my hair, my makeup, and prepping for big shoots. So it's a lot of titles. After you shoot, then when you shoot, and you still gotta direct. You gotta point your photographer in the right way. You gotta stay creative. You gotta stay inspired. You gotta be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, and this how we gonna do this reel. And you gotta keep so much in track. You gotta make sure you have so much content, and it requires this brain to keep everything on the forefront. You know what I mean? So that when it's time to sit down and actually execute it and market it, like, I have to have the content. And the only way I'm going to have the content is if I remember to actually get the content. You know what I mean? So then I actually people are going to eat me up a lot, but I edit my own photos. And that's because it's a cut corner for expense, and B, so I can turn things over as fast as I want to. So I wear a editor hat. I edit my own photos. I add all the merchandise to the site. I add all the merchandise to the site. I add all the product descriptions to the site. After everything is on there, I create and I deploy all the emails. After I create and deploy the emails, I have to add, before I create the emails and actually deploy the emails, I actually have to add the product to the site, redesign it, make it look fresh and new sometimes, you know, create a whole theme sometimes, create banners, go in Canva and create banners to make it look different or to sell a certain feel of the season. And then after that, that's when I deploy emails. After I deploy emails, then I have to post a social. After I post a social, then I have to create a reel. I have to create marketing things just to help more so sell what I'm trying to sell. You know what I mean? So, baby, it ain't for the weak. It's a lot of hats. It's a lot to juggle. It's a lot to remember. A lot. I'm just going to dust off some of my powder. Then there's a lot of uncertainty. This is what I'm going to end it with. There's a lot of uncertainty in the business, and I feel like honestly that's like one of the biggest things to deal with of all being an online boutique owner is there is a lot of uncertainty. I was always a cheap child. I never liked to spend my money. I used to want things. My mom always has this story about bringing me to the store and how I bust out in tears because I wanted something in particular, but I didn't want to spend my money. She be cracking up, and because she think it's so funny, she's just like, how you want something but you don't want to spend your money, you know? And she had to teach me like that's not a thing. But with that being said, oh, where's my contour? Un momento, por favor. But with that being said, like, that is a challenge. Like, uncertainty is such a huge thing to deal with. Like I was saying, my mom, like, she always tells this story about me crying, not wanting to spend my money, but wanting something at the same time. And the thing is like, how did a person as cheap as I am, or someone who is as frugal as I am, or as careful as I am, how did I end up gambling for a living? Make it make sense. My life is dependent on a gamble. I gambles for a living, y'all. Like, people are like, oh, you got this, you live here. Yeah, and guess how I do it? Gambling. I don't like to gamble, and I can't lie. It's one of the most uncomfortable things that I still have to deal with being a business owner is gambling. I do not like guessing. I do not like guessing because sometimes I guess wrong. And yes, you heard it here first. Sometimes I guess wrong. Sometimes I buy things based on things that have done well in the past and it don't do well. Sometimes I pass up on things that I shouldn't have passed up on. Or I buy super light in something because I'm not 100% sure about it. And then it does well and then I can't get no more to sell more. Like, it is a gamble, you guys. And honey, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit, y'all. I really don't. It's one of the things I wish I did not have to do. I wish I did not have to gamble. I wish I just knew for certain that certain things were going to be a certain way. I'm a for certain type of girl. That's just me. I'm sorry, my little setup is falling apart. If y'all seeing how I got this thing rigged up right now to provide you with this video, honey. Alright, so I have this Essence Super Precise eyeliner. I don't like it that much. Just keeping it 100 with you. I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. This is what I got. My other one is all out. So just give me a minute, because I can't talk and do this too. I don't know. Ain't that straight, but this is what it's giving. Okay. Oof, I don't like this eyeliner. I don't know if my face is just super sensitive right now, but it'd be tingling. When I say uncertainty with like people's shopping habits, but there's also like overall in business, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty as to like whether the season people are going to be shopping, whether people are not going to be shopping. That has a lot to do with the world and the state that it's in. Expenses, you know what I mean? What people got going on in their own, like, you know, real lives. Like, that has a lot to do with how business goes, and that's just another factor to deal with. That isn't fun to deal with. It's definitely one of the least favorable things is to deal with the potential of just like not doing well or having a high performing season or whatever may have you. So it's something that I feel like never gets easier. It's something that you always have to condition your mind around and just get used to. I'm just going to use this e.l.f. powder blush palette. I don't know what color that was. It broke early on in my purchase, but I usually use this color anyway. What color is it? Oh, it's not on here. Anyway, I guess they have two palettes and this is considered the light palette, but I use this blushy pink color here. Just go into here. But yeah, those, if I could change anything about business, it would be that. It would be the uncertainty thing. Like, if it didn't have to be like a whole bunch of like, I don't know, questionable moments, that would be, oof, that would be amazing. Amazing. But that ain't how it works, love. That is not how it works. So I'm using this MAC highlighter. It's called Golden Bronze. It's a loose powder. I usually just use the top, put a little bit on here. I'm not a huge highlighter person, so I dust off some and then I'll go in very lightened. I dust off the excess and then I just blend it in. This is kind of my face, y'all. This is like my typical photo shoot type of makeup. This is what I typically give when I say photo shoot. No, this is like now when I have like a serious shoot. But if I'm just shooting content, then this is all I'm giving you. This is it, that's all. I'm giving you a nice black eyeliner. I'm giving you a black under eye. I'm giving you a lash, honey. And a little blush. That's what it's giving. When I shoot like with a photographer, it is a little more of an intensive process. I do a lot more concealing. I do a lot more baking. I do a lot more things. But for this, it's just a light beat. Okay, so my face is done. This is what I would typically do just for a regular nude situation for content. That's my face. So yeah, like I'm just gonna, like, uncertainty would be my final thing that I would have to say is the most uncomfortable, most annoying thing about running an online boutique is just the uncertainty of the industry. Also relying on social platforms. Like, you know, I love what Facebook and Instagram has done for us as a people. But baby, them being so funny and selective and controlling who sees your stuff and how often they see your stuff, like, that is definitely an uncomfortable thing to have taking place when you have a business. So it's important to work on establishing your audience outside of social to make sure that you can remain afloat without it. And that is kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult when you generate and you reach your audience through social media. You have to figure out a way of converting them to another platform so that you will always have you have access to your customers. So that's something I'm trying to work on right now, is just having my own method of having outside of email, because let's be real, email is cool, but I feel like reality is that it's not as effective of social platforms. Social platforms, in my opinion, are very much so more effective. I get more traction from posting on social than I do from sending out emails. And I have a decent email list, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like there's a difference. And so you have to figure out how to cater to that difference. So that's what I'm working on right now, and is a method of trying to cater to my market outside of having social platforms. Yeah, because they don't be it all the time. And this pretty much concludes my rant, the good, the bad, the ugly of being an online boutique owner. Like, overall, to sum things up, you know, there's a lot of highs and there is a lot of lows. There's a lot of responsibility that takes place when you take it seriously. Now, if you're just doing this as a hobby, That's something completely different. But when you are embarking upon this as a means of living, there is a lot of things that you have to take in consideration. There's a lot of things and a lot of hats that you have to be willing to wear. And there has to be a lot of patience that you are willing to give to the business and yourself. It is such a process. It is such a process. Like, I feel like I lightly touched on the things that stuck out the most for me, but this topic could be literally discussed like on and on and on and on, because there's so many. I'm sure when I'm finished with this video, I'm gonna think about topics that I wish I had touched on, but these are the ones that came to mind when I briefly made my notes before sitting down before you today. So there's a lot. Like I said, if you want to just do it for hobby purposes, that's cute, but I feel like that's even gonna be demanding if you have an audience, you know what I mean? It's cute, but when you decide that you want to pursue this thing as a means, like, it can be challenging. What I think that what people don't often do is talk about the challenging things. I feel like we so often on social media, we see all of the beauty, right? So often on social media, we see like the highs, we see all of the success, we see what people allow us to see. But reality is there's a lot that takes place in between the beginning and the success. You know, and please believe, with every success, with every high, there is a low. You know what I mean? I don't care how great business grows to be, there's always something around the corner to kind of like keep you humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's what challenges are for, right? When we go through different things, it's to literally not tear us down. It's about what we allow it to do to us. It's not meant to tear us down, but it's meant to keep us humble and keep us growing and developing and being better versions of ourselves. And I feel like that's the same thing that is applied to business. Like, there's so many highs and there's so many lows, but there's just different things that take place to keep you grounded, keep you focused, keep you working hard, keep you grateful, keep you not taking things for granted. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that I feel like take place in business, you know, and all of the purpose is for that. It's not to tear us down. It's not to make us feel like we can't succeed or it's not meant to be, although so often we feel that way. I'm speaking for self. Sometimes I reach points when I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm smiling the whole time. I'm on social media like, and I'm really like, what am I doing? How long am I supposed to be doing this? If they only knew what's really going on. Like, I'm telling you, just please know, like, if you have a business and you're watching this, if you don't, I'm telling you what the other side really is. But I'm telling those who really do have one, you are not alone. You are not in this by yourself. And don't you ever take challenges as being something to tear you down. They are not to tear us down. They are to build us up. We just have to remain focused. We have to remain diligent. We have to remain hardworking. We have to remain, and this is for all my God believers, because there might be some people who don't believe in God, but we have to keep our faith in God strong and just know that we are in this and we are not in it for the wrong reasons, and that there is something to be developed out of it and for something for us to learn, you know, in the midst of everything that we go through. It's a lot, but I commend everybody who's out there kicking it and actually killing it and being business owners and entrepreneurs. I take my hat off to you. I bow to you so many times, because from the bottom of my heart, I know what it takes, okay? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of tears. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a whole lot of like being strategic and trying to be creative. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to do this thing. And just know that it will reward you in the end. And sometimes your rewards will come in baby steps. Sometimes you get them and then you feel like, well, what the heck was that? that. Now I'm going through this. But it's not to tear you down. It's to build you up for the next level that you're about to elevate to. And you guys, I'm really happy that I did this sit down. I'm really happy that I came and chit-chatted with you about business, about what I feel about it. Like, I feel like I had like a really internal rant about everything I've been through and even what I continue to keep going through. I do feel like my goods are a lot shorter than my bads on here, but I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed of it. I feel like it comes with the territory, and I feel like it's important to let people know that there might be sometimes more negatives than there are positives, but that doesn't mean that you stop. That doesn't mean that it's not meant for you to keep doing. It just means that there's a lot of development to take place and a lot of growth to take place in the midst of everything. You know, with every negative and with every bad thing, there's a lesson to be learned. So, you know, I feel like everything that I list as being bad, I feel like they're all still lessons to be figured out. There's still a lot of things for me to figure out how to navigate around to be a better business owner. You know, they might come across as being bads right now or being negatives right now, but after I really like figure it out, me constantly going through the negative things might help me come up with strategic methods to kind of like not go through that as much. You know what I mean? So you have to like look at it in a positive aspect when you can, and that's what I am trying to do with my business. And I just feel like I'm honored to be able to come before you and to let you know the real, like let you know what it really is, because I feel like a lot of people don't really like give you the outs. You know, they always give you the ends, but they don't let you know the down and outs. And there's a lot of sacrificing that takes place behind the scenes. That's a lot of sacrifice, a lot. I'm so glad to be here with you. I hope you enjoyed this. I went and put my U-part wig on or whatever to end this thing out so you could get the whole full look. This is what you usually see on the site. This is what you usually see on my social. And this is the process that I usually take to get here. A lot of finger work and a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts. I hope this is helpful for people. I hope this actually helps a lot of people have a better understanding as to the back end of business, and to know that it's not all that glitters and everything you see is not golden, you know. But it can be very rewarding, and I do everything that I do for the rewarding part, and because I feel like God has placed this in my life to be a light to other women and to be encouragement to other women, because you don't know how many women are dealing with just bad self-esteem or low self-esteem, or just lack of self-love, or even thinking that they look okay but not being able to embrace their feminine sexy side. You know what I mean? And I feel like I have been placed here to kind of like show that there is a happy medium, and don't be embarrassed to want to like to be that sexy thicker woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But I hope that you have gotten out of this video everything that God has intended for you to get out of this video, all the knowledge that you needed to get out of this video. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Give me some more topic ideas. I have a heated roller set here that I definitely am probably going to try to take advantage of for my next video. I've never really used it on my head. Like, I'll save it for the next video, but I think it'll be fun to try to like test it out on camera and see how it works. I just don't know if this hair is the best for it, because this is long hair. I don't even know the inches, sis. I know what I ordered, but I didn't get what I ordered. She gave me more. So I don't know if this heated roller situation is going to be the best for it. I think that I could probably curl my hair. And you know how you clip your hair to hold the curl? I could probably put these rollers in to help hold the curl. So maybe I'll do that in my next video. But today I just want to do a little bit of a quick get ready with me makeup routine, and to chat. More so vent. This helping me more than helping y'all. I love you guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe, let everybody know about this channel. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to talk about something else. I am definitely an open book and I am ready to get more involved on my channel. I hope everybody's having a blessed day, and I'll see you again really soon.
Call up the gang and they come and get janked. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.